Hey guys, how are you? Let's do it. We have the three main cards here, as always. And we have the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Five of Swords reversed. What I see here, what I feel here, is kind of a process of recovering, kind of a process of become more stable, a process of being stronger in your finances, Capricorn, and after a very, let's say, a tough time. Okay, but let's continue. Here we have what is underneath. We have the priest is the Hierophant and it's reversed, and we have the Four of Fire. In this tarot deck, it's like saying the Four of Wands. There is something. What I feel is like it's going to be as a okay. If I see the whole panorama, what I see is kind of two parties related to the same project. Some people are not going to be too happy about that, or they're not taking things correctly, because I find here what I see is what I see here is celebration. What I see here is the completion of something that is going to make you happy and a reason to cheer up of joy. And here is like a feeling that someone is being a rebel, the feeling that someone doesn't agree what the structure was, a feeling like someone has changed what was the traditional way of doing things. And I can see here that the person who is celebrating is very happy because he's going to have all his wishes. And I believe we are talking, those are Capricorn. Capricorn is going to have something related to a house, I believe, and it's going to be very, very happy. As all the wishes seems like not just related to the house, but everything goes their way because of the wish card, that is the Nine of Cups. But as I said before, you have here the Ten of Cups reversed. What is telling me that you may be very happy, Capricorn, but there are people around you, part of the family, who's going to be pissed off with that because you're not traditional way, or because you broke something that keep the family together. Perhaps you are claiming an inheritance that they didn't want it to maybe to share, or maybe if it was a trust, or if it was it's something that affects the family that for you is going to be positive, but they are not too happy, even if it is fair, because there is a lot of fairness here. They're not happy with the situation, and the approach here seems like has been in a very came like in a very voluptuous, boldy way and fast. And with the Nine of Pentacles and the Tower, it's a quite powerful combination. Since someone is claiming once for all his independency, I believe it's displayed of a property, something, or inheritance. Even if, although it's fair, and there's no, I don't see someone trying to inflict pain, but the problem is the way it has been done is causing some pain. Yeah, is what I believe it is. And here we have the Chariots. It's like the standard chariot in the tarot deck, and the Three of Wands. Here, when you are the Three of Wands, when you are with the Two of Wands, you have a decision to make. But when you're the Three of Wands, everything is already set in motion. And here underneath says the power of faith. So I build, and chariot is to take the reins of your life, and is when you keep your mind totally focused on your goal, and is movement. So from above, what I feel is kind of telling you, don't lose faith. Things are moving in the rhythm and the pace it has to move, and everything is already set in motion. So it's going to happen. Not all the people are going to be happy with it, but it's going to happen. Learn about the process. But let's try to figure out all this scenario with the bottom of the decks, guys. Because the approach that we have to the situation is the Tower and is the Nine of Pentacles. And by now, we know that the Tower comes most of the time in a subtle way. We don't expect that. And what it was optional, or change that was optional, now universe is shaking things up and forcing you. There's nothing optional now. Things are going to change in a very drastic way, and it's related to money and independence. It's like you want to take the direction of your life. You want to take the how to say that, take charge, of your projects or your future, and you're going to do it that in a very drastic way. In that way, there is no misunderstanding and no bad feelings. And the bottom of the deck is telling us that the Four of Swords is the Four of Swords, and it's taking you really a lot of preparation, a lot of kind of break time to think things thoroughly, correctly, legally. Is a little bit of it's like you need a break, because that is causing you a lot, or is causing the situation anxiety. You want to see in black and white the situation, so you're thinking the minimum detail to be right. Maybe you are consulting a lawyer for that. And here we have what it was surrendering the situation. Is like some sort of unsatisfaction in the family, in the members of the family, some kind of worries too in the members of the family. Some people could have taken things for granted and are being acting a little bit kind of selfish. The thing is that the peace, the happily family peace, is not anymore there. And seems like instead of being together, what is common is more isolation from each other. But this one is very happy. This lady is very happy. It's the Nine of Cups. She has everything. So Capricorn, it seems like your wishes are going to be a reality. But some people, they're not taking that happiness of yours in the same way. I don't think they have bad intentions. It's like perhaps they took for granted something for too long, and perhaps they thought nothing will change, and you are changing things, but they are granted your wishes. And here you have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands. You have to understand one thing. The King of Wands always is very competitive person, and he likes challenges and all these kind of things, and it takes a very bold actions and risks and all that. But this person, whoever it is, I would say, is more than a person, is a kind of a feeling, general feeling here, where the challenge, the new ideas, they are not funny anymore. and quite a little bit, I would say, nasty. It's like what it was a good idea now has become a situation that nobody's comfortable. That is why, for you, Capricorn, it's going to take, it's going to take from you to fight for what is fair, and be kind of try to not to harm everybody on your way to achieve what you're going to achieve, but also defend yourself if it is fair, because it reach a point that you have to, if it is yours, you have all the right to take it. The way is how you're going to take it. Okay. Well, let's continue, because what we have here is the priest, is Hierophant reverse, and the Four of Fire or Four of Wands. And the Hierophant, when it's reversed, it's like, what I see here is like he is kind of protesting, is in disagreement with the situation that you are celebrating. Is like, is uncomfortable with the idea that someone has decided to do in a different way what it was established. Maybe you're claiming something that is yours, and nobody dared to do that, and you're the first one say, yes, it's mine, I want what is mine, and they don't like it. Even if it's fair, they don't like it. It's kind of that feeling, and you cannot stop your happiness. The thing is, like, you're super happy, and it's going to bring you, that situation is going to bring you money, or more independence. It's going to bring you satisfaction in a monetary way. Maybe it's not more money, but it can be the value of a house, or it's going to save you money. That is another way to get money. And so, but as I said, you're celebrating that, and it's forward. So we're talking about foundations, okay? And could be a home. It could be it's something about it's about results that you are celebrating, and it has to be with a lot of gratitude. Comes with a lot of gratitude. And here we have underneath the Three of Sky, and the Three of Sky is like the Three of Swords, and is reverse. This one make me think a lot, because it's reversed, that it's going to be, some pain is going to be released, but this specific deck reminds me about bad companies. It's like if you put distance, although it's going to be sacrifice, some sort of sacrifice, is going to be for the best of all. It's like the fences, they say fences make good neighbors. It's kind of like this, that feeling. I think it's better to be brave and fix the situation at once than to be a coward and avoid to talk about it because you don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. Things are to be said. Is very highly recommended to do in black and white, everything on paper, legally, and fix the situation for the best of all. And here, because you are on your way to get the balance you want, there is a flow, and it is going to happen, a flow of money. Could be that you are going to have expenses, of course, but it's going to be there's a fairness here, because the Emperor talks about, and is the main theme here, talks about structure. It talks about power and stability and foundations. And you have another four here, and that it comes kind of the aftermath of this kind of struggles, battles, and it's like after shaking things up, you are going to be able to obtain the fairness you are looking for and the stability you are looking for. as a confirmation, we have the Five of Cups reversed. It's very similar with the Three of Swords. It's telling me that, that the worst is over and the hard feelings are behind, and it's time to move on. You have to look forward and forget about the past. Is the past and is already be taken care of, And here we have, remember, the Chariots and the Three of Wands, the power of faith, it says here. The things were already in motion. There's motion, and this is true. Motion, too. It seems like you are walking with confidence because both talk about the same thing. You are kind of inspired, You have the self-discipline. They're telling you, here we have again self-discipline. You have the self-discipline, the determination. It's time for you to control your emotions and keep moving and stay focused. It's time to take control of your life and do it in a position of total faith that things are going to be the way they have to be. And here we have, as a confirmation, I would say, the Judgment, the Book of Life. And the Judgment always talks about transition, about changes, about transformation from the darkness to the light. You are in a process, could be literally moving again, could be, and that is not a new subject for Capricorn. We have been talking about houses and moving and locations because the Judgment is telling you about all those things, about that transition, about that change, about your evolution as a persona and also in your life. But also he says here the Book of Life. And the Book of Life is the book in which God records the names of the people who's going to go to heaven. Okay? And he talks about the power of faith. This is kind of telling me it was meant to be this way. It was written. It was written to be like this. That destination was meant to be for you long time ago. And now you have to keep your power, your faith in a very, very high level to enjoy this process. Don't take bad feelings with the people who doesn't get it. Don't allow their feelings or their insecurity affects you or makes you feel bad. That's why it has to be done legally, and you have to keep your independence. In that way, no matter what, you are going to be fine. And here we have the two runes that said Egal and Ewods. Ewods is talking about, again, movement, travel, new places. Is a process that is developing, is steady, but it's a process. It's a progress. So it's important that you use the good judgment and common sense. It's going to be important for you. Again, I believe he's telling you, take the time you require, but do it legally fine and good, with all your protections for you and the best of all. In they're talking about, you have to keep in mind sometimes there are limitations and not all the things here are under your control. Okay? You have to be very careful not to put your life in another person's hands. If you have doubts, you don't know what to do, ask for legal help. And if you cannot afford that, or you don't do it, just do what is right for the best of all. Of course, pray before. That is my humble advice. Pray in every decision. And don't freak out in things that you don't have control. Don't try to control everything, Capricorn. We know each other very well about that. So some stuff will be out of your control. Let it be the way it is. Try your best, and that must be more than enough. and keep focus on what you want. Don't take things personally about those people that they don't get it, what you're doing, or why you're doing that, or don't agree on you. You cannot please everybody, okay, guys? So I think it looks very good. It looks like a fight for what is fair, but with a lot of releasing here, bad companies, sour moments, sorrows, they're going away, and just and wishes accomplished here. So it's a little bit in a brute way it comes, but I think if you follow your determination, you will see that it was meant to be like this. And you have power and protection here. You have very important ones. You have Judgment, Major Arcana, you have the Chariots, you have the Tower and the Emperor. My goodness, those are all your way. And here's someone who didn't take it correctly. Okay, well, you know what? Different doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different. Okay, guys? So be very proud of yourself, doing what is right for the best of all. And again, don't take things personally. Okay, guys?